We're out here with the birds and the community, and the cows over there, and a whole lot of birds up here. Hopefully, we don't get no uh, drop-ins. But today is day one of our 30-day Friends and Family Fast. I am Mark Blake. I am the facilitator, along with some help facilitating this from a host of wonderful people: Elaine, Cynthia, Yvette. Uh, See, when you start naming, then you might forget one. But you'll know, and I love you all. So this is our first day, and I want to just give a brief overview what this is. And you know what? I decided to wear like a fitted shirt. I don't usually wear them because they don't feel so comfortable, but this one does. But it was kind of just to show that even though I'm a vegan and I'm lean, I'm not like bony, and so I have muscles and six pack and all of that stuff. But I like comfortable clothes. I'm a motion, as you can see, motion person. I'm active. I'm moving around. So we're gonna try to. Well, actually, we're gonna look. We're not gonna try. Let's say we're gonna be out in nature every day. If it rains, we'll do virtual nature. So that's why I'm doing it through the Zoom. And you all feel free to invite friends to the group and to get started. So the purpose of the group is to get us to take on responsibility for our health, one, and also to get an idea of what your actual body will do. And actually, I think if you want to join me on Zoom, I'm going to look in here on the comments, but I kind of don't want to do that because I don't want to have the phone in my hand. Um, so I'm actually not going to do it. Good morning, Carbo. Good morning, Stacy. I guess I am doing it. So there's something to it. But one is to actually. Good morning, Carbo. Good morning, Stacy. I guess I cut that volume off so we're not getting that like double echo. But welcome to everybody. I'm on the Zoom, so I can't actually see y'all to check it out. And I don't know if I switch screens if I'll actually lose you also. But know that I love you and and I'm rooting for you. So one of the things we're doing is, of course, to put some healthy things in and eliminate some unhealthy things. But mainly is to give you an opportunity to see how your body actually works and how magnificent and wonderful it is. And we got to do all kind of adjusting here. How magnificent our body is, how wonderful, and all the things that it can do. And then moving forward after this and even at the beginning of this, to create an outcome, but like a really empowering outcome, not like I want to fit in that dress next month. Because that outcome is not relative to you and your life, it's relative to a dress and an event, So create some outcomes now at the beginning, which is really good, of what you want from the fast. Like if I want to get off the blood sugar medicine, or I want to get my energy back. So when those challenging times during the fast come, you can have that to fall back on, and then also let your actions reflect that. So if you're, let's just say, if you're looking to break the fast, or say I'm going to do this instead, or that, you have that outcome to measure it by, and you can say, okay, does this lead me towards that outcome? Does this is this part of going that way? So it is good as you go along. In my experience with 12-step program, recovery programs, we used to say, play the tape back, so you see what those choices got. I guess we're in a new decade, so the youngsters don't know what plated tape back means because they don't know cassette tapes and 8-track tapes, and a lot of them not even albums, but that's another side conversation. So create a long-term outcome, not just for, like I said, that dress or this vacation, or create an outcome that has to do with a lifestyle change, and put that in there, implement that so you can have that, um, you could have that on there to help sustain you and to fuel a more sustainable motivation. So what we're doing is we're fasting 30 days, but it's one day at a time. So if you could do it 30 days, or you don't think you can, or you think you could do it only 7, it's not of relevance. That's just like a mental construct that we might come up with. Because if you do 3 days, or you do 7 days, or you do 30 days, you still do it the same day, day one. So, the other stuff is just fear, and the unknown and all of that, and that's okay. But just focus on right now. And in the group there, I have fasting options. I'm going to try to, maybe I'm doing it through Zoom to Facebook, and maybe tomorrow I'll see if I can. I mean, I can invite you all in to join me in the Zoom, but I got to look at the settings, and see if I can manage it and still focus on uh, give it giving it a shot. Maybe I'll ask Solar Bean to come on and kind of manage it, so we're not all talking on one another. Um, and it's not like my DJ Facebook Live where I can give you a shout out, which I do love. So this is less engaging. So for me, on my fast, at least for the first half, I am going to be in Central America, but out here, um, mm, like fresh air. That's been nice. Even like in little villa, I got a little studio villa, but it's okay for me. And I'm renting that, and I've been here for about 2 weeks now. But like every day, it's an open window. I'm not an air conditioned guy, so I got the sliding glass door, the windows in the kitchen, windows in the bathroom, and so it's fresh air constantly every day. And even with the best foods, fresh air is like a whole nother level. So what I'd like you to do in the group, look under the file section and do some reading. Do some reading. We're here to support each other, but rather than just come with a bunch of questions, say, how do I do this? What, read up on what it is. So you'll, in the file section, you'll see fasting options, and it'll have a list of the suggested uh, fasts to do, and things to do during that, and things to expect doing it. And those things to do in addition to the food thing are important. So like the meditation, the exercise, the journaling, all of those things matter. So don't make them like a side thing. They're all a part of making this a more empowering, energetic experience for you guys. So I am going to take a quick check and just give a shout out who maybe would have joined. So we got Cabo, we got Stacy. See, Cabo, that's my dude there, because I'm like here sometimes alone. Just your ladies be in there, but the guys, they ain't trying to get healthy, because a little beer belly is acceptable in our society. We got Ribs. I'm gonna get Ribs in here eventually. Carly Hoyt. I wonder if she's any relation. What's going on, Diane? Diane Falcone. These are my Uniondale people too. To see, yeah. So the guys don't be joining in this. The women, they get a little belly. They're like fanatic. Put on 5-10 pounds. They're like crazy. I'm gonna get healthy. The guys, I guess it's a cultural bias, unfortunately. So, but back to here, we want to do the uh, go through and do some reading, read about the fasting option, and people have recipes and things like that. So, uh, some things, some people are doing like 7 days of this and 3 days of that and 4 days of that, and that's okay. It's freedom. It's not a restrictive fast. It's freedom. The purpose behind the 30 days is to develop a habit. So although like 7 days this and 7 days that and 7 days that may still accomplish something in terms of detoxing, it's not necessarily going to be a habit that you can go to in a routine. And the body likes routines, it likes consistency. So, so somebody that's maybe doing all fruits, that's fabulous. And then the week after, they're doing cooked vegan, which is still a lot better than most diets, but that's not going to feel so great after doing the 1 week of all fruit. So, get some consistency. And also, I have it there so you can take personal responsibility. So you can read and look on there and see what you're willing to commit to. And that means you. That doesn't mean what I have to do or I don't want to do. It's what you're willing to commit to, and commit to it, and just do it. And if you fall off track, just own it. Don't explain it. Just take ownership of it and get back onto being on track or being in integrity. I'm trying to learn these newer words, but I'm old school guy. I still say that's the joint. So I got they had like 30 other expressions since then. So have fun with this. Even the tough times, grow with it. Don't panic. Just listen and pay attention to your body. Discomfort is okay. Suffering is not okay. So, pay attention. So having some discomfort is not a sign to abandon. Like that you got a cold is not a sign. Like if you think about it, the concept of, well, I caught a cold or I caught a flu. I know that's a bad word now, but if I caught a cold or I caught a flu, so I stopped my fast. So basically, what you're saying is, my body went through a cleansing cycle of a cold or flu to get rid of the mucus, and my solution was to stop that cycle and go back to eating the toxic crap that got me here to begin with. So that's you may not be saying that way, but that's what actually that decision equates to. So things like that's going to happen. Exercise is important, and especially if you like a string bean like me, you got to exercise, because I need like just a little bit of form, or at least like this is like where the muscle will be later, but it's in the forming stages, so that's good. And also, but even if you're heavier, the exercise, and I mean strength training, not just cardio, because if you're just doing a bunch of cardio and you're not doing strength training, you're going to lose an enormous amount of weight. And then like this here is going to be like, you don't want that. You want tight, and you want this tight. And if you're doing like the vegan or the raw vegan, chew that food. Even if you're doing juice, chew those juices. What's the expression they used to say? Um, I think it was juice your chew your um, juice your food and chew your juice, or something like that. But in essence, even when you're drinking juice, chew that saliva is a good part, an important part of digestion, and all of that. And then also when you're chewing your food and you really you got that stuff there, it exercises the jaw, and it keeps that tight and lean, So this is a nice 62-year-old jawbone that's still, there's no sagging, none of that like that, and there's none of this hanging out. But that's, it's the diet, but also the exercise in the mouth, the chewing, and that whole process there. So that's important. Pick out something that's going to work for you and stay with it. And I, and like I said, it's your choice. But rather than say I'm going to do this for 7 and this for 7, like just pick one thing and do that. And in 7 days, you can say I'm going to take a look at it, rather than already deciding. Because if you're in a rhythm and you said, okay, I'm doing just green juices for the first 7 days, and 7 days in, you on fire, you're bouncing around, you're holding your leg out, and you're doing all kind of stuff like that, and you're sleeping 2 hours less, and you're just like why stop and do something else, unless you've decided, well, I'm uncomfortable with that level of vitality and So I want to, so just, like I have a plane ticket to leave here um, in the middle, like the late middle of January, but I'm not sure. I love it here where I'm at, and where I may go next. It could be, it's a couple of different options. So rather than just on my head and, and all of that stuff, and I want to do this, and what am I going to do? Just free that space up. And so I just said, and this is just like an analogy with the switching every few days. I just said on January 12th, I'll revisit my plan on where I want to go to next. And this way I can free that up, and I'm not looking at airfares every day. And because, I could get, a little obsessive about that. So, that's that, try to be consistent. For the people that's doing water fast, and, I've done a 30-day water fast, but I haven't done in a while. I'll do more than I do a water fast. I'll do 36 or 48 hours dry fast, with just no food, no nothing, and seems to do more. But people that are doing water fast, pay attention to your body. I don't advise it if you're in ill health or you're diabetic or something like that, because it could be intense. Um, and, and it's okay to do, but it's not the only way to get results. You could do a green juice or fruit fast or feast. My friend Orville, he calls it a fruit feast, and do it a fruit feast. I like that name. And then like, or you could do that, or you could do, if you can get fresh coconut water, or if you can't get fresh coconut water, you could just get the coconut water in a container. Just do what you're able to get and go where you're at. And, you could do that and put some green superfood. I don't have, like, I'm endorsing, but my sister had me try the C2O um, coconut water, and it does taste a lot like coconut water. And the greens I use sometimes is Health Force, greener grasses, or Vitamineral green. But that's what I use. That's not like my recommendation. That's what I've used, and that worked good for me. And then I like squeezing some key lime in there just to get some enzymes, some electricity, and some energy. So if you can't get fresh coconut water, make do what you got. If you can't get organic fruits, make do what you got. And, do what's seasonal. So you don't, if you're up in New York, you don't have to say, well, I'm going to do mangoes for 30 days. Like, why? Where the hell are there mangoes growing in New York? Well, anywhere in the States this time of year. It's not mango season. So, but you can get citrus. You can have persimmons are still in season, mandarins and Valencia oranges and star fruit and strawberries and blueberries, and, do that. And so I tend to not, I'm like eating organic. That's my 20-minute timer. So I could keep this to about 25 minutes. So that meant it was been 20 minutes. So we'll be winding it down too. But do it with, you could do it. If the fruit is thin-skinned, like berries, cherries, blueberries, try to avoid those if it's not organic, and your vegetables, because you can't really wash that off at all. And there's enough thick-skinned fruits, like oranges and stuff like that, where you can have what you got. And also those doing like all raw or just all vegan, you'll find if you're not making these complicated, they look nice posting them up and they taste delicious, but they're complicated digestion. You're giving the body, like, the body doesn't recognize that anyway, so it's got to like sort through stuff. Because like when you're out, like I'm out here too, they got the host here of the house I'm renting, they got some pineapples over there and some bananas and guanabana, which is soursop over here. So when I'm getting something near, I'm going to get that and eat it. I don't say, okay, let me take this and let me take that and let me take this and let me put it all together and make something. If I'm out, upstate New York and I'm picking blueberries and strawberries, when I'm eating the blueberries, I'm just eating the blueberries so I had enough, or the blackberries. I'm not saying, okay, I'm going to take these and then put it over with these other ones and I'm going to make a fruit salad. It's just not a natural way. It's okay to do it, but if you eat less complicated, you'll eat less because the body can process it better. It can absorb it more, and your energy level will be good. Some people have got a strong digestive system, so it's okay with that. I'll be putting up some videos from my YouTube channel of different things, demos as I'm up to it. I'm gonna put one up for making soursop pudding, which I made, but the pudding and the video. But I just gotta edit it and shorten it some, and then I'll do some maybe making pumpkin seed milk or almond milk or something like that. We'll see, and maybe a salad. Although I haven't planned on making a salad, but maybe when they come back, I'll ask them and I'll make a nice big salad and make a salad for them and actually invite them to the fast, which I didn't do. So I'll have some different videos about that and maybe some exercise options, which you don't need apparatus. You don't need anything to work out on your own. If people have knee problems, you can put like a ball on your back and go against the wall and squat and do as much as you can. Or if you don't have any problem, just go ahead and do the full squat. Just go ahead and do the full squat. For those daredevils, they could do the one leg squat. Whatever is your level. You can do push-ups. If you can't do the regular push-up, put your knees there and do what we call the girly push-ups. If you don't have enough strength for that, lean against the wall and just do the push-ups there and go further down until you can get it. Just hold one leg out and that'll exercise your glutes. I don't need a lot of exercise on my glutes because I ain't got a lot of glutes, but they firm though. It ain't sagging. So that's good. You can do toe raises. Then when you get to doing a bunch of them, just hold one leg up and do toe raises. There's lots of things you can do. I got like these little, like this size maybe watermelons that they have round ones here with seeds and season, and I can take those and do curls. I bought the resistance bands and I use that, and that's good. But sometimes I just want my body weight, and I was actually able to do some push-ups today. I injured my arm. And I don't know if I fractured it or not, but it took a while to heal. But this is like my first day able to do push-ups and not have that. I didn't do a lot. I did like 12 diamond push-ups, but I ain't did push-ups in a while. So, but we'll build ourselves up with that. So you all enjoy the fast. Ask questions, and we're here to support each other. But take the effort to read first. We put information out there. So you take responsibility, because it's, when you think about it, if you haven't read the fasting options and the files and haven't gone through it, then you're asking us to take time out to help you, and you won't take time out to help yourself. And that's not a good energy balance. So take the time and read, go through the stuff, at least until the 13th. I think a phone call came in. I hope it didn't go away, but at least until the 13th, I'm going to do the lives and each morning and see that. And then depending on what travel arrangements, I might skip a day or two, but I also might do it on YouTube and just share it to the group and do that. So you're going to enjoy your day, do something incredible, get out, get some air, get that oxygen in there, get that breathing in, move that body. You could do the old Jack LaLanne still works good, and squat thrusts and all of that. So move that body, get going, keep going, eat good, make this thing. Feel free to invite people to join, but don't try to shame people into joining, and don't let that be a reason to get you off your beam. stay with it. It's simple. It's do it. It's doable. I'm